Next question by Shashir Sinha, please.
Ma'am, namaskar. Shishir here from Hindu Business Line. I hope my voice is clear, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have two questions. One is about that will center stands guarantee in both the option A and option B? And my second question is, what is the amount of the two bi-monthly dues which are pending now?
See, when we are trying to facilitate, and it is based on the GST Council's decision, and it is going to get tied up to the cess collection after the 5th year. So there is all these kind of instrumentalities through which the Reserve Bank or the lender will be assured. And what the bi-monthly figure, I'll ask the Revenue Secretary to give you the exact figure.
During the last 4 months, the April, May, June, July, the total compensation which becomes, as per the formula given in the Act, is about 1,50,000 crores. And why it is so? Because in the month of April, May, there was hardly any GST collection. And therefore, the protected revenue, of course, at the rate of 14%, compounded for the last 3 years, and so that is why this gap is 1,50,000 crores. The total the annual this compensation requirement, what we have estimated based on the recovery that is we are seeing in the month of July and August, we are expecting this compensation gap to be around 3 lakhs crores, and out of that, the compensation cess collection would be somewhere around 65,000 crores. So we are left with this gap of this annual gap of 2,35,000 crores, which I mentioned for the 4 months itself is about 1,50,000 crores.
Next question by Siddharth, Times of India. Siddharth?
Ma'am, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ma'am, what is the incentive for states to settle for a lower borrowing instead of 2.35 lakh crore? Why would they settle for a 97,000 crore when they are short of revenue themselves? Number one. And number two, if the projections that you have made of 2.35 lakh crore shortfall the final outcome is higher than what the 2.35 lakh crore is, will the center and the states again go back to RBI for further assistance? Thank you.
Siddharth, the first option is designed because it is designed the way in which it has been designed. In the sense, first option has two components. First option has two legs. One leg is where we are saying we'll facilitate through the Reserve Bank so that states, all of them, will not have to go running and different rates in the market and all that. For that portion, which is 96,484 or some amount, which is strictly arising out of the implementation of the GST. Now, you would ask me, how did you arrive at that? Because all of you all know the projected in revenue generation trajectory, and at 10% growth, the trajectory of what should have been collected. Now, below that would be the actual collection, which probably is influenced by the COVID. And technically, and I'm not saying I'm in favor of this or that, I'm only describing it for your convenience. So that portion of the gap which arises in the compensation, essentially deriving from the calculation methodology which is already embedded in that, because the Act didn't foresee an act of God. It just kept saying protected revenue should be taken care of. And it also said approximately at 10% growth, what is the actual revenue? And therefore, it made sure that it hardwired giving compensation. Whereas this year we are facing an extraordinary situation that even below the 10% approximate estimation, you're facing an act of God, which might even result in a contraction of the economy. To what percent or whatever, I'm not getting into that. And therefore, we said that portion which strictly is hardwired in the Act, we'll arrange, give it to you, and take it. Now, the specific that question you asked, saying why should the states be tempted to take that? There are some states which say, look, I may not want to go to the market to borrow that much. So for me, eventually, after all, this is going to be paid by the cess collection after the 5th year. But even then, for me, I don't need to borrow this much. Whereas my compensation, which is expected, I have made a provision for that compensation which should come to me, which is the hard-wired compensation, which is built into the Act. I will certainly plan my state based on that receipt of that amount. But nobody would have ever thought of COVID. So some states might have thought, if this comes to me, that's fine. But the other one, I may not want to go that far to borrow the rest. I may manage, I may borrow less, I may have a choice. So that option was decided and tailor-made, thinking that states can take a call of what they expect out of compensation to come because it is hardwired in the Act itself, they will have to be given. But the rest, which is because of COVID, state, each one of them can take a call on how they want to handle it. And for that too, I offered that in the FRBM, I will give a further relaxation of 0.5%. You may immediately ask me, during the Atmanirbhar, you gave 0.5 unconditionally over the 3 which existed earlier, after which I gave 0.25, 0.25, 0.25 and 0.25. 0.25 pegged to performances subject to completing those. And in the last gave 0.5 if at least 3 of the performance related, ration card for all, one card, one nation, and also making sure that the local body reforms and all that. Of the 4, if they completed 3, I said I will give another 0.5. Now, without that condition, I'm willing to give that 0.5, which was otherwise tied to the performance of 3. I will give that 0.5 as the second leg of the option 1, where a state can choose whether they want to go and borrow beyond what is expected from the compensation itself, because that is the injury caused by COVID. Some states may want full, some may not want full. So that's my option 1. And the reason for the temptation, why should they settle for that, is this nuance.